How's it going, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Strictly Nintendo, where I'm playing some Animal Crossing City, folks. Love this game. There's a lot of fun being able to play this, have the little microphone so that you can communicate with whoever's visiting your town. Just miss this game. Haven't played it in a while. Picked it up for the first time in several years, just maybe about a week ago and maybe 2 weeks ago, and just haven't, really put any more time into it because I've been playing New Leaf, and I just felt like playing a little bit of it and then having a little conversation about some things and such. So I am going to start cleaning up some stuff, digging up some fossils and whatnot, and see if I can't make some sense in a conversation. Which, we'll see how things go. Anyway, couple things I wanted to talk about because there's obviously a lot of exciting things going on in the world of Nintendo right now, and one of them is, it's the online services. It seems that the online services are going to be somewhere around $20 to $25. Honestly, I think it's pretty reasonable. But we don't know how things are going to pan out. We don't know, other than obviously those who are members are going to be getting, NES, one free NES or SNES game a month, right? Something like that. We still don't know all the details. They could add more games that you can get for free. They could maybe integrate My Nintendo somehow, add different games or discounts or things of that nature. So there's a number of things that they could do with it. If they're going to have a lot more online-centric, online-focused games, that's not too shabby. I mean, it's like less than $2 a month, right? And, when you buy a game, you're paying for the developer's time, the graphics designer's times, the people who do the artwork for the inserts. You're paying for a lot of different things. You're not paying for the online experience. And it is definitely expensive to run online servers. If they're going to be holding Splatfests or if they're going to be holding tournaments, the fact that, you can play something like Splatoon or Mario Kart 8 Deluxe at home docked or even portable or anywhere in the world portable, if they're going to be having these servers dedicated for games, whether it's Mario Kart, Smash Brothers, Splatoon, whatever it may be, it's going to cost them money to run that. And I think $2 a month, less than $2 a month is pretty reasonable. I don't mind paying it. And, if I know that there's some people out there that are kind of like snarking about the voice chat being a application and, for smart devices. And honestly, I like it. First of all, keep in mind, like I said many times, outside of Nintendo, I play PC. And coming from the PC world, this approach is nothing new. Okay, plain and simple, it's nothing new. There's plenty of applications that are very similar out there. Have been for quite some time. I mean, back in 2002, when I was playing Soldier of Fortune 2 and Battlefield 1942, back then, we were actually using AOL Instant Messenger. With the application, you're going to be able to choose who you communicate with. You're going to be able to have the conversations you want to have. Also, in situations, you're going to be able to strategize. I think that you'll find out once you use it, it's a pretty cool way to go. And obviously, if you meet somebody new, you can just add them and you can chat with them as well. So you can make friends and, add them as friends and talk to them and so forth. Of course, if you meet somebody new and you go to play for the first time and you meet up on the app and next thing you know, you hear Goodbye Horses playing in the background, you might want to run. But needless to say, I think the application's a smart move because it gives you control over everything, allowing you control over your experiences so that you can tailor them to what you want and not have to worry about negative experiences or things of that nature, as well as, open chat in gaming is terrible. It's absolutely terrible. You're sitting there trying to talk with somebody, and you got other people yakking in the background. They may be yakking about stuff that you don't want to hear. They could be in an argument, cussing each other out, using derogatory terms that you don't want to deal with. You don't want to be mixed up in that nonsense. I think that the online services are shaping up to be pretty cool. It'll be interesting to see how they're finalized and if and how they may evolve. But I think for how things are going right now and the pricing, I think it's pretty reasonable. I like it. Next thing is the Super Bowl. Now, I'm not much into stock car racing, but I hear that it's the Cavaliers against the Yankees. I am not a sports fan, really. Outside of hockey, I could care less about sports, to be honest with you. But needless to say, Super Bowl, it's a hell of an event, right? Lots of people are going to be watching. And for it to happen in the fourth quarter, which I would argue is probably the most watched quarter, I'll be interested to see the feedback. Obviously, they released the commercial already, and it's obviously focusing on the Switch. It'll be neat to see what the general response from, maybe people who aren't necessarily Nintendo fans or maybe even necessarily hardcore gamers or gamers in general, and see just the public response in general. Well, I think that would be pretty cool. So Nintendo definitely doing some cool things there, and it'll be nice to see more of that effort from Nintendo. Getting the message out. Now I know Kimishima came out saying that he believes that the Switch can do Wii level sales. I'm not 100% sure about that. I'm thinking that the 3DS is probably the better barometer of what we can expect the Switch to do. So I'm thinking, on the high side, 60 to 70 million, and on the low side, 40, 50. I think 50 to 60 is probably really what true lifetime is going to be for the Switch. That's what I think anyway. I could be very wrong. I mean, who knows? Who knows? And that kind of segues into the discussion about the launch. I know a lot of people are saying that it's a soft launch. I mean, the thing is you obviously can't just throw out all the games at once. They have to spread them out. They got to make room for their classic must-have franchises. They have to make room for new IP. They have to make room for second-party exclusives, third-party exclusives. They've got to make room for indie games, third-party games. There's so much that they have to make room for. And the other thing is okay, yeah, I would love to see, a few more Nintendo titles. I mean, obviously, we're getting Zelda, we're getting Mario Kart 8, we're getting Splatoon 2, we're getting Xenoblade, we're getting Fire Emblem Warriors, we're getting Skyrim, we're getting Super Mario Odyssey. We've got a lot of great games coming out, right? And personally, I think that that's a very solid lineup on a first-year launch to begin with. I think that's a very solid lineup, and I think that we're probably going to get some really cool surprises at E3. We're hearing about new games all the time being announced for the Switch. We know that Kimishima has said there is over 100 games in development from 70 partners for the Switch. There's a lot that's going on. And the thing is okay, am I or you interested in every game that's coming out for the Switch? Of course not. There's going to be plenty of games we're not interested in. But those games, they're going to appeal to somebody. And Nintendo's trying to have a variety of experiences to share. And I think that the first-year lineup has plenty for everybody. I think that there are those games that are going to appeal to more of the casual gamers, the party gamers, RPG gamers. There's something that I think appeals to a lot of people, and they're doing a good job at having games that appeal to a lot of people, where having a variety of experiences is a good thing. And having the variety that they're showing right now in the first year, and not only that the first year lineup is already significantly better and has more content than the first 2 years of the Wii U, I'd say that they're off to a good start. And I think that obviously Splatoon's going to be a system seller. I think that people are going to be surprised by how well Zelda is going to sell that system. And I think that obviously we all know that Super Mario Odyssey is going to be a huge system seller. And when people get into the Switch, I think that we're going to see consistent sales throughout this year. And then come the winter, when we have the holiday sales and Super Mario Odyssey is coming out, I think that that's when you're going to see the system really sell because of Odyssey. And then there's going to be this great back catalog over the first year, plus all these new games that are coming out throughout 2018. So I would kind of argue that, as far as like core first party, yeah, okay, I get people saying it's a soft launch. But in reality, if they're making room for indie developers, if they're making room for third party, if they're making room for second party, and they're trying to, bring a variety of games to appeal to a lot of people and really make the system accessible to virtually anyone, I think that the first year's off to a good start. So I'm not going to complain. I'm going to argue a little bit that it's not really a soft launch. So I think things are looking positive. I like what we're hearing about the online services. I like the Super Bowl ad. And I think that, if you really look at what's launching, over the year, I think that this is going to be a very positive year for the Switch and for Nintendo in general. And I'm looking forward to the future. Who knows what it's going to bring, right? Until next time, take care.